Hi everybody, welcome to this back nine opening round guide video for the St Patrick's Day tournament here on the channel. We're playing Expert Division in this video, holes 10 to 18. Please hit the thumbs up button and make sure you are a subscriber as well. Plenty of drops here to use as references, tweak as needed or adapt according to your play style. Here we go with hole number 10. We're going to drive with the rock here and then play the approach with the grizzly with this nice wind angle. 4 top spin and 2 bars left spin. And the position here is the blue ring touching the rough on the left. Rock level 8 is going to be at the top of plus 11. Rock level 9 is going to be at the top of plus 10. And then we adjust max plus 5, power 3. Max plus 5, power 3. Making sure of a nice straight pull angle there, making our adjustment, and then time to take our shot, hitting perfect, plain ball, no curl, no overpower, just a nice centered ball. And it's going to bounce over the rough and roll down the next fairway to set up a rough bump with the grizzly. I'm going to make a pin check first. Drive distance is going to be in the region of 350 yards. Pin check then, bullseye directly over the pin, gives me +1 with grizzly 9, that would be equivalent of +4 with grizzly 7 and 8. Then we find our position with the top of the red ring touching the rough line, and we are going to then set up the shot, adding a little bit of top spin, 0.2 top spin, and you want to have the ball guide going to the front part of the cup. So ball guide to the front edge of the cup, red ring touching the rough. For that pin check, +1 with grizzly 9. You're going to go mid +5, so 50% slider, 5% elevation, and regardless of your club level, you're going to use grizzly 9 numbers. Going to do a grizzly shot here with this wind angle just so we don't adjust in between clubs. 0.2 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. And we're looking at the white ring is going to be just by the rough line on the right. And the second bounce before the fringe, and the ball guide will look weird, showing that it is going to trail off from the green. For our plus yards, we're at the top of +3 with grizzly level 9. Top of +6 with grizzly 7 and 8. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. Not tested this in anything above 8. Adjustment is max +15, power 2 settings, and we're going to adjust twice over the bullseye. Be as accurate as you can. You can't really zoom in that much on this hole, so just be as accurate as possible using grizzly 9 numbers on this one, and a nicely centered ball, subject to any wind angle tweaks, is going to have a very good chance at a hole in one on this tough par 3. No chance of going aggressive in this wind angle, so it's safe eagle only here. Red ring touching the rough on the right with APOC 5 and 6 at the top of +0. We're going with 5.8 top spin and 3 right spin. APOC 4 will have 20% of the red ring in the rough, and you will be at the top of +6. Adjustment here, max +0, power 3 settings. Now with APOC level 4, it's going to take you into overpower, so make sure you add enough overpower on. Here with APOC 5, I'm using just before the circle drops as my overpower reference and hitting perfect. So take a token or two with APOC 4, or use a higher power ball if you're able to, just to make sure you get enough distance on this shot. Drive distance around 345. Second shot is all about just getting it safely to green. You don't want to get that glitch roll that you can see just flickering with the ball guide, so make sure you're setting up to the left of that, leaving yourself enough room from the rough on the left and the bunker up ahead. Here I'm not using any plus yard reference checks, as this is just a safe shot to green. The adjustment I'm going with here is mid +0. We're going with just over 6 bars of topspin with the Cataclysm or the Big Dog. perfect ball away, and this is going to bounce before the bunker, and the top spin will help us along the fairway. In the region of the green, you'll either end up on the green, or if not, you might take the slope down as I do here onto the fringe for a very simple wedge for your eagle. Now I've got the hole in one here from the minimum distance line with our sniper and a power 3 ball, red ring touching the rough, but I would like you to tweak the backspin. This one comes in pretty hot. As you can see, I use 0.5 backspin in the video here, but a little bit more might be nice just in case you miss the pin by a click or two to the left or right. You may just bounce out of the cup. So take a token or two, add a bit more backspin, and see how that works for you. The adjustment is min plus 30, power 3 numbers on this one. Min plus 30, power 3. Lovely wind angle here. We can go cheap with a Titan. Always nice not to use a Kingmaker if we can. Here I'm adding spin first. Now you can see I'm adding here 6.1 top spin. If you haven't got that available, it doesn't matter because 5.8 will work, but a bit more top spin just gets you a bit closer to the green. P3 max with APOC 5 plus red ring touching the rough on the right with APOC 5 and 6. You can look at the ball guide as well, just passing the edge of that rock that sticks out there in the kind of Giant's Causeway style rock configuration. APOC 4 will stretch out 1.7 rings into OP to find the position. Adjustment max plus 10, then APOC 5 and 6 you're going to push up 2 rings. APOC 4 I would suggest you to push up around 3.2 rings as a guide, maybe 3.5, take a token or two because you've got different accuracy on your club. Full overpower, slower needle, bouncing before the end of the fairway, into the rough, and the topspin takes us out very close to the fringe for a very simple wedge for our eagle. If this free content is helping you and you want to support the channel, then you can do so in one of 3 ways. You can use the PayPal link in the video description down below, you can click the thanks button, or you can become a channel member to unlock loads of great perks as well. On the drive here, we're going to go down the right side with this wind angle to set up an albatross attempt, and we're going to add 5.8 top spin, starting at plus 10 for APOC 5 and above. APOC 5 and 6 will have half of the blue ring inside the rough, but look at the ball guide as well, it's just right of centre on the bottleneck part of the fairway. APOC 4 will be at P3 max distance and will have approximately 80% of the blue ring inside the rough. Max plus 15 is the adjustment here, no push-up needed, just adjust, and then we're going to go max overpower with a slower needle, and we're going to try and hit perfect. APOC 4 will have a little bit of a shake on the needle, but you can remedy this by switching to a higher power ball if you are able to. Drive distance here, you're looking at getting a decent roll down the fairway of around 410 yards. Second shot, I'm going with a bounce up rather than the rough bump, making a fringe check plus 7 where the bullseye is over the first fringe line in line with the pin. That is with Sniper 10. Sniper 9 will be plus 9. Now I'm using a fair amount of backspin here, about 6 backspin. If you've got a lower level sniper and you're running out of backspin, then you could try with a Guardian as well, but take a token or two first. So it's about 6 backspin, 3 left spin, setting up with the ball guide in line with the pin, but obviously 3 green squares short. And for a plus 7 fringe check, we're going mid-distance, 0 elevation. If you're using Sniper 9, you would be playing plus 9 as mid, and you use Sniper 10 numbers. Might need a tweak or two, especially with wind angle and wind strength, but if you don't get the albatross, you're going to have a very safe eagle. Here we're going to play a no-move target shot with our sniper, and either a Kingmaker or a Kingslayer. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. Unusual combination of spins here, but it was 0.9 backspin and 0.8 left spin. Might need a tweak to that though with different wind angles, but here is a reference for you to work from, and this will need a tweak anyway. The adjustment I'm suggesting based on the video is 1:1 plus 0.1. So for 7.7 I would adjust 7.8 rings. This one is a little bit sensitive to pull angle and wind angle variation, as you can see here, just catching the left edge and unfortunately lipping out for the hole-in-one on this occasion. We're going with the Apoc and the Thorn here, 4 top spin and 3 right spin on the drive. Red ring touching the rough on the right with Apoc 5 and 6 at the top of +2. Apoc 4 would be at the top of +8 with 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough. Adjust max +10 power 3 settings. And once we've done that, we are going to use a little bit of curl to the right and just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. So you can see there the edge of the ball touching the outside wall of the adjustment ring, so outer wall curl to the right just before the circle drops for overpower. Don't overdo the overpower here, we don't want to roll in the rough. If you have more crosswind angle, you might want to take a click or two of top spin off, but just take a token or two and tweak if needed. Drive distance around 365, we'll set up a fringe check with the Thorn. Bullseye over the first fringe line in line with the pin gives me +3. And then we're going to use 80% slider for that one. Going to find our position here with spin added first. We will need a 1 bar of left spin and 5 bars of top spin. Then you want to have the red ring touching the rough line with the ball guide, half of the red ring overlapping the rough, just a slight revision there, half of the red ring outside the rough. Ball guide, you can see, touching the left edge of the cup to compensate for the crosswind angle. +3 fringe check is going to be 80% slider, 10% elevation, and the final part of the equation is, of course, that we pull over the bullseye. Then a nicely centered ball here will have a good chance for an eagle with this rough bump setup. Going to drive with the rock here with this wind angle. We're going to have the red ring touching the rough at the top of +6 with the rock level 8, top of +5 with the rock level 9. Going with 1.2 backspin, 3 bars side spin to the right. If you are worried about going long or have a higher wind, then by all means play it safer and add a little bit more backspin. Ultimately, the decision is yours on all of these shots. Take a token or two, see how they're working out for you and put tweaks in if needed. Max +10, going with 1.5 balls of curl to the right just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Look at the edge of the Kingmaker touching the outside tip of the triangle for an additional curl reference. Hitting perfect here, and we're driving down the fairway nicely. Like I said, if you're worried about the proximity to the rough, add a little bit more backspin. Second shot, we're going to play with the Cataclysm or the Big Dog, and we're going with 4.5 top spin and 1 bar side spin to the right. Stretch out and find that position with the ball guide aiming at the green as shown in between the fringe and the pin. Max +10 is the adjustment here. Max +10, power 3. And we're not going to push up. Instead, we are going with full overpower, slower needle, but you've got room for a great left and a great right here. And the idea is just to get safely down to the green. As you can see, a decent great right from me here, but a perfect and a great left has been fine as well. And the topspin takes us nicely down to the green, and we're going to be putting for our eagle on this par 5. Thank you for watching this video on the St Patrick's Day tournament. Please head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash, join our free Facebook group, free guides, shot sharing, discussion points as well. Loads of helpful members there to help improve your game. Look forward to seeing you there, and good luck in the St Patrick's Day tournament. See you soon. Bye for now.